Welcome to News in Brief from ABN TV Correspondent Office, Osogbo, Osun State, Nigeria. I am Bukola Olusola. In a bid to roll back in explanation that President Muhammadu Buhari is doing nothing to stop the spate of killings in the country, the presidency on Monday provided a list of efforts put in so far by the president. In a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Garba Shehu, Mr. Femi Adesina in Abuja, he observed that a popular refrain from some quarters is that the president is not doing enough to combat the insecurity that has befit the country in recent times. President Muhammadu Buhari again decried the alleged delay in the passage of the 2018 appropriation bill by the National Assembly. The president said he hoped the legislature will give the next budget a speedy treatment. Buhari spoke at the opening session of the first National Assembly Open Week held in Abuja, where he was represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa. The president noted the importance of oversight activities of the legislature to ensure efficient, equitable, and the judicious use of resources to bring about the delivery of service by the executive. Direct election mode as a means of conducting primary election of the All Progressives Congress APC will not only deepen the democratic values but helps in throwing up a credible, suitable, and a popular choice. Chairman Forum of Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of the State of Osun Alhaji Bashir Lawal stated this at a press conference held at Awolowo Center, Osogbo, the state capital. The Nigerian Governance Forum has congratulated Dr. Kayode Fayemi on his victory in this last Saturday's governorship election in Ekiti State. In a statement by the Head Media and Public Affairs NGF Secretariat Abdulrasaq Bukindo, the forum, through its chairman, Governor Abdulaziz Yari of Zamfara State, said elections are usually healthy contests that determine who keeps the mantle of leadership in the state is a certain period of time and not a fictional and vanquish affair. Yari said all contestants, regardless of their party manifestos, are primarily agents of governance that wish to move the welfare and well-being of their people to the next level. He added that since the people of Ekiti State have spoken, the governor-elect who won't show humility and courage and congratulated the outgoing governor 4 years ago should this time around also be magnanimous in victory by expressing his desire to govern Ekiti for the benefit of all, while wishing the outgoing governor of Ekiti State, Mr. Ayodele Fayose, luck in his new endeavor and stating that the NGF will make his invaluable contributions at its meeting. He also welcomed the incoming governor to the forum, to which he is returning as a ranking and experienced governor. As part of preparation for the upcoming election in Osun State, INEC has ordered all political parties to conduct primaries in which the Social Democratic Party (SDP) was not left out. The Social Democratic Party (SDP) held their primary election recently at different wards across Osun State in order to have a flag bearer for their party, where Senator Iyola Omishore emerged as the candidate for Social Democratic Party SDP in Osun State. And that ends the news and brief from ABN TV Correspondent Office, Osogbo, Osun State, Nigeria. I am Bukola Olusola. Thank you so much for watching. morning and welcome to AM Plus, brought to you from ABN TV Correspondent Office, Osogbo, Osun State, Nigeria. I'm Bukola Olushola Hende.
I am Hayoba Misanako. Good morning.
Okay, AM Plus is a program not even new to you, where we'll review the newspaper for the week on the first segment. And the second segment is our social varieties, while the third segment on the program is our special interview with our personality. And the last segment of the program is our cultural show. Just sit back and enjoy the program. Let's go straight to the first segment of the program, which is our newspaper review for the week. We have a review the headlines from our daily newspaper from Nigeria. And I have our Tuesday, the Punch newspaper here with me.
I have the Tuesday, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
On the front page of Tuesday, the Punch newspaper, 44 dead, 500 buildings destroyed in Katsina flood. And the detail is on page 17 of the newspaper.
And on the front page of Tuesday, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, I will laugh last. Fayoshi. The full details is on page 4 of Tuesday, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
Alleged killer of ex-Ondo Deputy Governor's daughter remanded in custody. The Ondo State chapter of Police Command on Monday arraigned Alao Adeyemi before Akure Magistrate Court in the state capital. Adeyemi was accused of killing Khadijat, the daughter of a former Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Alhaji Lasis Oluboyo. Alleged killer of ex-Ondo Deputy Governor's daughter remanded in custody. And the full details of this report is on page 4 of Tuesday, the Punch newspaper.
Osun 2018, APC SWC suspends chairman, secretary over adoption of direct primaries. The seeming crisis rocking the Osun State chapter of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, over the mode of primaries for its governorship aspirant took a new twist on Monday as 11 members of the State Working Committee, SWC, suspended the chairman and secretary of the party, Prince Boyega Famodun, and Alhaji Razak Salim Sile, respectively. They described as total falsehood and misleading claim by the chairman that a meeting of 16-member SWC in Osun was held March 14, where a resolution was passed on adoption of direct primaries for the governorship aspirants. Osun 2018, APC SWC suspends chairman, secretary over adoption of direct primary. The full details is on page 3 of Tuesday, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
Ekiti poll, TMG, T-High, Serap condemn vote buying by parties. The Independent National Electoral Commission has said it will probe the conduct and the outcome of the Ekiti State governorship election. The National Commissioner in charge of voter education and publicity, Prince Solomon Soyebi, revealed this to newsmen in Abuja, so as the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, and the Transitional Monitor Group on Monday condemned vote buying during Saturday's governorship election in Ekiti State. Ekiti poll, TMG, T-High, SERAP condemned vote buying by parties. And the details of this report is on page 7 of Tuesday, the Punch newspaper.
Buhari not a Democrat. Fayoshi says, I will laugh last. Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayoshi has said President Muhammadu Buhari has shown that he lacks democratic credentials by applauding and approving what he described as a carriage that passed for the governorship election in Ekiti State last Saturday. The governor was reacting to a statement by media aide of Buhari, Malam Garba Shehu, entitled Fayoshi in the Hand, a high-power nothing issued by the presidency to react to Saturday election. Fayose, in his reaction through his chief press secretary, Mr. Idowu Adelusi, in Ado-Ekiti on Monday, said if Buhari was a Democrat, he would not have supported a situation whereby the will of the people was subverted through the use of brutal force. Buhari not a Democrat, Fayose says, I will laugh last. The full details is on page 4 of Tuesday, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
And this story is on page 11 of Tuesday, the Punch newspaper. Buhari seeks the Netherlands cooperation on repatriation of stolen funds. President Muhammadu Buhari on Monday said he was looking forward to working with the Netherlands in his administration's quest to recover more stolen funds and assets stashed abroad. Buhari seeks the Netherlands cooperation on repatriation of stolen funds.
Sex for Mark. Unilag may involve police as victim. Linda Ikeji refused to show up. The Governing Council of University of Lagos, Unilag, on Monday said the university will likely involve the police to compel the accuser of Professor Olusegun Awonusi of the Department of English Language of the institution, Ms. Joy Nwana, and the publisher of the Linda Ikeji blog, Ms. Linda Ikeji, to appear before a fact-finding committee constituted by the university to investigate the matter and substantiate their allegation and report respectively. The university said all efforts to get Awonusi's accuser and to convince Linda Ikeji, whose website published the news and semi-nude picture of the dawn in the center of the allegation to substantiate their claims, were to no avail. Sex for Marks. Unilag may involve police as victim. Linda Ikeji refused to show up. Page 29 of Tuesday, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
Horton declares intention to defect from APC. The Benue State Governor, Samuel Ortom, on Monday announced his intention to dump the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. Ortom, who described himself as a child of God, said he had yet to decide which party he would move to. Ortom declares intention to defect from APC, and the detail is on page 41 of Tuesday, the Punch newspaper. And that story will lead us to another newspaper to review for the day. And I have a Thursday Nigerian Tribune newspaper, and on the front page of the newspaper, PDP leaders meet with Saraki, Tambuwa, Ortom, Hamed, and the details on page 8.
I have the Thursday The Nation newspaper, and on the front page of Thursday The Nation newspaper, Osun APC primary election for Friday. The full details is on page 8 of Thursday The Nation newspaper.
Oil revenue leakage. Reps panel gives firm 48 hours to prove payment of $48 million royalty debts. Summon MDS of Sterling Global, Sterling Exploration. The House of Representatives ad hoc committee investigating the overseas trillion naira oil revenue leakages and activities of the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, on Wednesday said so far it has recovered over $500 million since inception. Oil revenue leakages. Reps panel gives firms 48 hours to prove payment of $48 million royalty debts. Summon MDS of Sterling Global, Sterling Explorations.
Police parade Chibuk girl suspected kidnappers. The police in Borno State yesterday paraded 22 suspect Boko Haram terrorists. They include 8 said to be responsible for the abduction of over 200 girls at government girls' school Chibok in 2014. The suspects, who were paraded by Police Commissioner Daman Chukwu, were reportedly arrested between July 4 and 9 by special forces deployed in the northeast by Inspector General of Police IGP Ibrahim Idris, Police parade Chibok girls, suspected kidnappers. Page 5 of Thursday The Nation newspaper.
PDP accuses Buhari of plotting to frustrate 2019 election. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has accused President Muhammadu Buhari of plotting to frustrate 2019 election. PDP accused Buhari of plotting to frustrate 2019 election. And the details are page 10 of Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
Osun State Polytechnic Ire has said its rector, Dr. Jacob Olushola Agbola, is not involved in certificate forgery. In a statement, its registrar, B.M. Salau, said the rector's academic credentials were not in doubt. The institution urged the public not to confuse Agbola for another person. Rector's certificate not in doubt. Page 20 of Thursday, the Nation newspaper.
Suspected Boko Haram terrorists who kidnapped Chibok girls arrested by police. 22 suspected leaders and members of Boko Haram, a terrorist group responsible for the kidnap of Chibok girls in Borno State in 2014, have been arrested by the Intelligence Response Team (IRT) of the Inspector General of Police. Suspected Boko Haram terrorists who kidnapped Chibok girls arrested by police. The details on page 31 of Thursday, Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
Ondo poly workers cry out for salary. Without salary for 9 months, workers of the Rufus Giwa Polytechnic in Owo, Ondo State, are threatened to go on strike. The Academic Staff Union of Polytechnic, ASU, said its members will no longer work under the present condition, asking Governor Rotimi Akeredolu to come to their rescue. ASU chairman, Comrade Rafiu Ijawe, who spoke exclusively with Campus Live, said the academic staff had been going to classrooms on empty stomachs. He deployed a June 29 memo issued by management apologizing for the delay in the payment of June's salary. Ondo poly workers cry out for salary. Page 23 of Thursday The Nation newspaper.
Similarly to what Ayo just read now, workers, pensioners are suffering. Osun Labour Union tell Aregbesola. Osun State Joint Public Service Negotiating Councils, comprising of the Nigeria Labour Congress LLC, Trade Union Congress TUC, and other 12 affiliated unions, has implored Governor Ralph Aregbesola to restore full payment of salaries to some categories of workers, saying the condition of public servants and pensioners in the state are precarious. Workers, pensioners are suffering, Osun Labour Union tell Aregbesola. The details of this report is on page 32 of Thursday, Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
From page 39 of Thursday, The Nation newspaper. I won't disappoint Ekiti people, says Fayemi. Ekiti State Governor-elect Dr. Kayode Fayemi has promised not to disappoint the people who gave him the mandate in last Saturday's election. Fayemi, who spoke after they received the certificate of return as governor-elect from the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), the National Commissioner in charge of Oyo, Ekiti, and Osun State, Prince Adedeji Shoyebi, presented the certificate at the ceremony at the state INEC headquarters on New Inn Road in Ado Ekiti, the capital. I won't disappoint Ekiti people, says Fayemi, page 39 of Thursday, The Nation newspaper.
Welcome back. I hope you're enjoying that segment. Let's quickly go straight to the other segment on the program, which is a special interview with our personality.
Welcome back, viewers at home. I never changed my name. Ezigaya Adewale is my name. And here we have our father, His Royal Majesty Oba Omoniyi. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
For being there for us.
Thank you.
Now, sir, you said our youth are not to blame.
No.
And the baton needs to be given to the good runner, like you said. Do I cast the blame to our fathers?
Don't let us. Nation building is not a tea party.
But why youth?
Excuse me. Nation building is not a tea party.
Okay.
Yes, the challenges that we are facing now, I see it as these are things to be experienced when building a nation. Yes, to very many of us, we want to see the greatness of Nigeria in our lifetime. I'm not. I pray, but I thank God for the little we are seeing. For me, I pride myself as a man of the future. For me to just do my own bit of it and leave every other thing into history. I mean, in your own little corner, fix it. All this apportioning blame. Awolowo didn't do well. The military caused all the problems that we are presently facing. The colonialism. I mean, colonialism now. Yes, there are challenges of colonialism, post-war, post-independence. Challenges. But again, it's important for us. Other societies in Africa, they are doing well. Let us take pride. First and foremost, let us take pride in Nigeria as a state. Let us take pride. Even if you don't want to go that far. Yes, let us take pride in Ilelatinke Shorode. Let us take pride in your immediate environment. Okela Orongun. With your knowledge, your little knowledge. Start something. Think of those people who are where you were some years back. Think of when you are no more. And that is the major problem that I have. We don't appreciate ourselves. We don't think of the next day. We think of the immediate. I always tell people we are vain people. We just want,
that when we don't even mean it.
Yeah, when we don't even mean it. Whereas we should know that we have a lot of work to do. We should not let our children's children continue to suffer the way we have suffered. So it's a big challenge, and my admonition is, please, all of us, we should stop complaining. I'm not saying that we should just close our eyes to the shenanigans going on around us. No. Yes, when you critically criticize, at the same time, think of what you can do to better the lot of people around you with the little knowledge, with the little opportunity that you've had of going through the four walls of our educational system.
Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure.
If I may put it this way.
Yes, please.
You are just encouraging me not to cast blame at anybody, but I'm sensing something.
Yes.
Our youth nowadays,
yes,
we are neglecting our duties.
I know.
We don't want to, play our part.
I know.
We don't want to play our role these days because of one reason. And that reason I'm thinking is this, sir. Our fathers, our elders, they don't celebrate us.
Do we even celebrate ourselves? We don't celebrate ourselves. We only celebrate the dead. We celebrate things that are not.
That's bad enough.
Yeah, we celebrate things that are not important. We are vain people. Intellect, we don't celebrate. People who are creative, we don't celebrate.
That's why youth are where.
Yeah, the youth that you are saying that I should blame. In terms of intelligence, they're so brilliant. There's so many things that they can create now. but the opportunity for them to excel is not just there.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were in school. After graduating, their NYC, no formal recognition in terms of for them to make a living is difficult. But I know that things are bad.
And at the same time, when there is an opportunity out there,
yes,
you just see our leaders chipping in their offspring, their younger, their own.
It's like a monarchy. It's like a monarchy, a feeder. It's like a feeder structure.
Every youth want to belong.
Yes, I'm not going to blame anybody. I know that there are challenges. Yeah, the constitutionally there are big problems. Do we still see ourselves as one? These are things that we must solve with time. But again, I always think that nation building is not a tea party. I've said it earlier. It's not a tea party. It's a serious thing. Ups and down. You reach the peak, the depths too, they are there. For you to appreciate what governance is all about. For you to understand what leadership is all about. But first and foremost, we must make ourselves to be responsible. To be responsible about power. You know, historically, Churchill seriously warned Prime Minister Churchill of England. Yeah, seriously warned Roosevelt.
Okay.
The American president then during the Second World War. And hey, this wind of change that you people are interested in, that the Africans are so sad that they do not appreciate what responsibility all about. Want to be responsible, and over time it's like we don't know what it is to be responsible. You must sacrifice for the good of others. Chief Obafemi Awolowo was sacrificed. His generation was sacrificed. In Okela here, I always tell my young souls there, my father and his generation, they sacrificed. But if you ask the young ones now to sacrifice, they ask you to sacrifice for what?
For what?
They're not ready to.
They are not.
They just think that, and I always tell them, but I'm conscious, I tell them, because I'm a scholar of history, and I do educate them that, hey, we have to train you. The future is yours. The next 40 years, they tell me that I should not be saying it, but I'm just being factual. The next 40 years, even if I'm around, I don't see myself as being useful or relevant to anybody, because I'll be old, extremely old. I'll be 100 years old then. What can I do? So even the next 30 years, you understand? Definitely, we must prepare the young ones for leadership. We must consciously know that they are the successors. They will be there tomorrow. We cannot. When I go to I was at the secretariat in Ibadan 2 weeks ago. I just saw everywhere. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, those top civil servants there, they are almost gone. Like the beautiful wife say, that office lo ma renya kowe, office ni. I mean, my predecessor is no longer living, and I had to be the present Honorable of Okela. The title, the stool will still continue, God willing, in perpetuity. Honorable of Okela. After me, somebody will take over.
Leadership as well.
Somebody will take the mantle of leadership. We must consciously prepare young ones for leadership. And I must confess, and that's the reason why we have this school, Abolari College.
I'm interested in that.
Yes, we are consciously preparing our young ones for leadership. We're trying to build a generation of great leaders. People that will build, young ones that will build the old waste places. Young ones that will be compassionate about Nigeria. Young ones that will know that they must sacrifice for good things to start flowing. Young ones that will know that they must seriously work.
The ones that will not shy away from their
they must
duty.
They must consciously prepare a better and rosy future for those who coming after them too. So I want to justify that say in Yoruba, Kábíyèsí Ìgbà ọdún kan. I'm not going to be around the next 201 years, but by God's grace, I want to radically make a difference. That's what we do now in our own little way. We'll be speaking after our departure. The wars that we should fight now is not annexing territories. The wars to be fought now, seriously fought now, is against poverty, it's against laziness, it's against greed, it's against complacency. It's a war where we can tell our young ones that work for the future. And people know that since I became a king, my favorite Bible passage is in the book of Isaiah.
Isaiah what?
58:12.
Isaiah 58:12.
Yes.
Says what, sir?
And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. They shall build foundations of many generations, and they shall be called the repairer of the breach and the restorer of the paths to dwell in. That's the clarion call. I had no business. That's the clarion. I had no business. With due respect, I had no business becoming a king. I didn't go to school to be a king. I didn't go to school to be a king. Not to talk of coming to Okelaya to stay. But Okelaya is the best place for me in the world to be. It's the best place in the world for me to be, because we can create opportunities for our people, but it's not something that can be done overnight. It's a gradual process. Nation building is a gradual process, but our leaders must be conscious. We should reduce poverty drastically. We should not be nepotic. We should not be nepotic. There are brains all over Nigeria. I should not put people from my clan to be in position of authority at the expense of others. And all sections of the Nigerian society must be adequately represented in governance. I mean, it's not a difficult thing, but we must prepare our young ones for leadership. The future is important. I see the future. Yes, the future is still bright if all of us are conscious of the fact that we must work for a better future.
That's all. Viewers, I want regards to you once again. Thanks for watching us. This is Africa Broadcasting Network, Houston, Texas. And our program that you all love is we are discussing about youth today. As you can see our father, he doesn't want to, I know he's a kind man that doesn't want to cast blame on anyone. Not the youth this time, and not the leaders. But the truth is that there is a kind of negligence in the part of we youth in Nigeria and in the nation world. Here we are going to draw the curtain today. Sir, will you tell your farewells to the viewers at home?
Viewers at home, I say thank you for listening to my rubbish in quotes. It's nice.
Welcome,
it's nice to always address the issue of the future, and our young ones represent our future. And physically, we are not going to be part of that future. And by God's grace, it's going to be a glorious future.
Amen.
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 Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. My name is Ezekiah Adewale. We are drawing the curtain on the program issues for today. And I'm using this medium to say a big thanks to my cameraman, in person of Tosin Adedokun and Ola Oma Olawore. My producer, Ayobami Salako, may you never grow weak in the name of Jesus. Likewise, my executive producer, Elder Paul Arowolo, I want regards to you over there. May you continue to grow from strength to strength. This is ABN Television, Houston, Texas.
Thank you very much for staying with us on the program AM Plus. I hope you enjoyed our discussion with Orangun Okeila Oba Abolarinwa. Okay, let's go straight to the other segment of the program, which is our last segment on AM Plus. Just sit back and enjoy it.
Olúfẹ́mi Odídẹrẹ́ aláṣẹ orin ewì tá a rán níṣẹ́ ọmọ agbọ́kásírédé jẹ́ngbélẹ́kún tí mórin nínú orin ògìdán tí kọ́mọ nílà ewì wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ mo tún gbórin dé pẹ̀lú ìjìnlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ Fẹ́mi Odídẹrẹ́ débi tí dé àwọn abàmì ọ̀rọ̀ kan súyọ àkànbí alágbẹ̀dẹ àlàyé dé ajíkọ dídùn tí sọ̀tàn dórin àtàbíntì tí sọkọ ojú ọmọ akérèwọgbó òwin gbé kan lù kan ìjìnlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ré bọ́mọ lẹ́sẹ̀ bí àlàpà ikú ní bàbá ọrùn ẹlẹ́ńtíríkì ní bàbá àtùpà ògbé tí sọmọ lójú fìrí dé ọmọ agbọ́kásíre ti di gàárì orin mo ti dòkúta méjì bàbá èkùrọ́ mo ti kó fá orin dàsápò ajá dúdú ni mí mo ti diwọ́ mo ti dàgbà ọ̀jẹ̀ mo ti jóye sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ mo dọ̀gbọ̀gbọ́ mo dọ́rùn adẹ́tẹ̀ mo dàwò mọ́jú gbogbo ẹni tó bá fi mi níran ó jẹ̀ka nílé orin èèyàn tí ń bá yìnbọn ọ̀rọ̀ lù lásán bó bá dórí ẹni kò ní sùn èmi tí mo ti sáwó ọ̀rọ̀ mo sáwó ọ̀rọ̀ títí tí bẹ́ẹ̀ mo sáwó ọ̀rọ̀ títí mo mẹ́ni tó kọ́kọ́ lùlù mo mèèyàn tó kọ́kọ́ jó orúnkún apánìdáhùn awo mo jẹ lórí eréwé mo mẹ́ràn jẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ ọdẹ ìbà araba awo tí ń bẹ lóṣogbo òròkì ọkọ̀ síjú arípa ńlá sì kú ẹ̀bà àsákan ò ní gbójú títí kó dojú alágẹmọ èèwọ̀ òrìṣà ní èkùrọ́ tí ń bẹ ní pẹ̀kun ìsà òkété ifá ni wọ́n fi dákì ìsàwápá jẹ àwọn àgbààgbà tó láyé lóní kẹ́ ẹ mọ́ fojú kàwò mí kẹ́ ẹ mọ́ fi pẹtrol dín dòdò Olúfẹ́mi Odídẹrẹ́ yẹ́s adáwẹ́rẹ́ ò ṣeé jẹ bí ìrẹsì gánmọ́lé ò ṣeé mu bí omi àkànbí ẹni pọ̀ lọ́jẹ̀ ní bẹ́ẹ̀gùn wí ewúrẹ́ ń bọ́dẹ gbé kọ̀ mọ́ yìí ọdẹ àwọn èèyàn kan ti fewé òwú nù dírí wọ́n gbọ́n bí ajẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n rí o mo ti kọrin délé alára mo gbàgbà sọ mo ti pèdè wọ́gbà jẹ́rò mo gbégbèjé ilẹ̀kẹ̀ mo kọrin ìmọ̀ràn délé olódìwọ̀n ọ̀nà mi lọ́rẹ́ wọ́n ní ṣe Fẹ́mi Odídẹrẹ́ ni ẹjọ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ó máa lọ ẹ wò mí re bó má ṣe pẹ́ ẹ̀ bá mọ̀ mí mo ti bọ́ lọ́jọ́ òní dòwò pọ̀ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Olúfàdé ẹ̀yin òròlú ọmọ aládé ṣẹ́ṣẹ́ fún ìtàn ìlú Ifọ̀n tí mo sàsọ tẹ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ sí wípé bí ọjọ́ bá pẹ́ bí Elédùmarè ọba òkè bá ń fẹ́ pátápátá ni wọ́n forin gbọ̀n yẹ́bẹ́yẹ́bẹ́ kí gbogbo olójú dúdú ẹlẹ́nu òdì òye pìtàn ìran tiwa fún wa àwọn tí wọn ọ̀mọ̀nà tí wọ́n fẹ́ máa dá pàdé ń pàdé kágbéra wa rìn nínú ìtàn mo ṣèbà fún gbogbo ọba aládé tí ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá korogodo àkànbí mo kúnlẹ̀ mo pàkú ọmọ mo wárí fọ́ba Adéyẹyè nífẹ̀ẹ́ Ọọ̀ni ọba Ògúnwùsì ẹni ìtàn àrólé Odùduwà káàbọ̀ títí tó fi dórí Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ ọba Adéyẹmí Lámídì tó ráyé wá pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọba aládé tí ń bẹ ní kóòtù òjìbí àtẹ̀yìn afúyẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ níyẹ́ ajídàgbọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ara ìbẹ̀yìn àfìjàánú pètè ẹ̀rìn ìbẹ̀yìn àfẹbísínú sí fún ayọ̀ ìbẹ̀yìn àgbààgbà tí wọlé láì sílẹ̀kùn sẹ́ẹ̀mọ̀ pọ́jọ́ táláyé ti dáyé lóòótọ́ ti korò a sì mọ̀ pé títí ayérayé ni ó máa korò létí bí mo bá wá ń fúnrin ewì sọ̀tàn ọ̀hún tán ẹni tí ò bá dùn mọ́ tó máa ń bínú ẹnu kó yá wá rọ̀rẹ́ bòmíì ni ẹ̀rù òtítọ́ sísọ náà la bà lọ́jọ́ sí tí wọ́n fi ń gùn wá gàràgàrà abẹ̀rù òtítọ́ sísọ títí tí aráyé sì somi àmọ́ládómi ìwẹ̀ wọ́n ń purọ́ mọ́ wa lójú táyé wọ́n ń fi wa níràn wọ́n ń fọ̀bọ́ lọ̀ wá wọ́n tún ń gbọ́mọ ọba fọ́sùn lójú wa ká máa rólé apá kan ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ìtúlé ẹjẹ́ apara wa nítàn díẹ̀ a ti ṣe lè káwọ́ gbéra nígbà gbogbo nǹkan dagun tó já wípé gbogbo òdìgbòlúgi òjá máa já tòótọ́ mọ́ gbogbo asẹ́sọ lérí òjá mẹni tí ń faṣọ ọ̀yá ìbora ṣé ká fọwọ́ lẹ́rán kógún bàbá ẹni ó di tẹni ẹlẹ́ni ni kò sórin tó jẹ́ tútù nílẹ̀ mọ́ gbígbóná bí iná lórí ewì tó kù ṣe é rí gbátá fún wàrà sí lọ́jọ́ sí níṣẹ́ la gbé igbá sófèkè ló bá jábọ́ kígbá tó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ àfúrá ni àwọn dèdèrè ń játọ́ adẹ́tẹ̀ tí ọmọ wàrà á fún ni wọ́n bá dágbà ọ̀hún.
Yeah, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that historical story by Olatoye from Ifon Osun in Orolu local government. I hope you enjoyed the historical background of Ifon Orolu. Okay, it is on this note we'll say BYE on the show for today. I hope you enjoyed the show for today. If you do, join us next week where we bring another package edition of AM Plus brought to you from ABN TV Correspondent Office, Osogbo, Osun State, Nigeria. Until then, I am Bukola Olushola and
I am Ayobami Salako.
Goodbye and enjoy your weekend.